All right, everybody. Good evening. My name is Diego Berizalde. Not such a glamorous video for such an important event. Right now, I'm going to speak about um, the theory of the existence of God through um, physics. Okay. First of all, I'm going to talk the equation of the creation. Okay. The equation of the creation is m equals e slash c2. Which is what does this means? This means that it's the inverse Einstein equation of relativity, right? And the reason why this equation bears truth is because physicists have looked for the existence of God um, through the inductive method, meaning trying to go from us to the creation, right? Through the universe. Now, obviously, there are so many variants, that they have thought in order to create this theory, mathematical variants. But what we have to account is that um, evidence proves that there was a moment of singularity, okay? Singularity in the universe. That means that the universe is whole before it came a creation. So the variants are not so much, So that means that there was one particle thing, okay, that was before the beginning of the universe, correct? Now, if we think about what it was, if we think about quantum physics and magnetic fields, right? We have to think about the most essential thing for creation, which is energy. Energy is pure potential. Okay, pure potential. Just think about it. Everything that lives has energy, and when it dies, the energy transforms. But energy never dies. Okay, so with that being said, I'm going to explain to you how this works. Okay. Now we have to understand that God's wisdom, it's in everything that we see, and He leaves traces because He wants us to understand Him and to know Him. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen. I mean, this is the first time I go live, so I don't really know how to do this. But in any case, God wants us to know Him. So he leaves traces. It is like a game, okay, like hide and seek, okay. Kind of God plays hide and seek with us. But here's the thing, though. If we think about the human conception, okay, there are three elements that are that have proved to be fundamental for the existence of us, okay, which are photons, zinc, and carbon. Now we have to understand something. When we have a battery, you know, what do we have? We have carbon, zinc, and energy. Okay? So this is the first spark of creation. Okay? This is going to be the first spark of creation. Now, the second thing that we have to think about, is that why is E slash C squared? The reason why is because if you think about the magnetic, complete energy, okay, you think you have to think about that is complete energy. And what happens in the moment that the sparks goes uh, up, in that moment, if it's pure potency, it needs to slow down in order to the energy to melt and transform into matter. Okay, so think about God in that moment. Now we have to think about something. There's a void. Okay, there's a void, and the act itself of creation, okay, it is a penetration of energy, okay, which it's going to be a spark like with energy and zinc and carbon, right? It's going to be this spark, and then it's going to be like insemination, Okay, it's going to be an insemination. Now, what does this create? Okay, this creates a magnetic field. Okay, and we have to think about something. St. Thomas Aquinas tells us, okay, that God is the beginning, that is the beginning, but He's also the end of everything that is. Okay, the exitus and reditus. Okay, so we have to think about this concept. Now, think about something. God injects this energy to create the world, right? But the objects feel the magnetic, feel they feel that pull towards their end, which is God. So there's a complete push. Just think about a divine push of release of energy, but the objects that are being celestial bodies that are being solidified, what they do is that they have to come back to the creator. So this creates a spin. Okay, this creates a loop. Okay, and that's why actually our everything that we see, all the celestial bodies are round. Okay, I know that there are like some rocks and stars or whatever, but you have to understand that we have this round thinking about the universe. So this creates a magnet spin. Now I want you to go back to that moment. Okay, so then the speed of light starts decelerating. Pure potential, guys. Okay, and in that moment what happens is that it start freezing energy into matter, right? Now, what happens when everything starts spinning, and think about this. Now we spoke about meiosis, which is, the when the sperm enters the ovary, you know in that moment, meiosis, cells start multiplying. Okay, they start multiplying exponentially, which is amazing because some say that Einstein said that the eighth wonder of the world was exponential, right? So, anyway, so now that this starts happening, because this is full of potential, right? We have to understand something that is incredible. This force, okay, creates mass, which is kind of like, you know, it starts creating a mass that is so powerful, okay, that needs something to it needs a vacuum. It needs I'm sorry, it needs a valve, you know of escape. That's what the black holes are, actually. Black holes are, um they suck the energy, okay, in order for the connect for and this starts creating a kinetic energy, and it starts creating like a dynamo. Okay, so dark matter is, if you see a dynamo, you see that they're going to have a band. The band is going to move everything. So that's what the dark energy is, or dark mass is, you know and um and it's going to be the force is going to be so strong that it's going to create what? It's going to create a vortices where the energy needs to exhaust itself, you know and that's what allows, the equilibrium to go. Now, what's amazing about this is that Einstein talks about a loop, so everything goes back, and then it goes back to the creator, you know and this is like a eternal loop, an eternal dance. Now, guys, I'm getting out of this, right now. As I had this theory for some time already, but